So we're in the middle of a sea change that's currently happening on the issue of marijuana. Look at this. Seattle officials file motion to vacate marijuana convictions. It's 2 decades worth. Now, we saw this with gay marriage. There was a couple dominoes fell, and then it all fell, and there was a fucking tsunami of moving in the right direction. And now we have gay marriage at the federal level. The Supreme Court ruled that gay marriage is a constitutional right because you get equal protection under the law. I'd love to see that happen with marijuana, though. I don't think it'll happen through the Supreme Court because they're not going to rule you have a right to put marijuana in your body. They're just not going to rule that. Because if you have a right to put whatever substance you want in your body, well, then the pharmaceutical companies will step in and say, okay, then there can't be any regulation of our medicine because people have a right to take whatever we want to sell them, even if it's a bullshit pill that we say cures them, but it doesn't. So it's a little bit of a messy issue that won't be solved through the courts, but we need the federal government to step up, the Senate to step up, the House to step up, and eventually the president to step up, and we need to get it through the legislature. That's the way this will pass. But right now, what you're seeing is at the state level, there are revolutions happening. You know, Colorado, legal marijuana, Washington, legal marijuana, California, legal marijuana. And it is catching fire. And this is a great step because this aspect of legalization has not been discussed as much, which is, hey, release the people who were found guilty of marijuana crimes and fucking wipe their records. That needs to happen all around the country. There was a study that found about 39% of people in federal prison don't need to be there because they've either been in there too long already for the severity of the crime they had, or they're nonviolent drug offenders. So I would empty the prisons of all the nonviolent drug offenders, apologize to them, wipe their records clean. That's basically what Seattle's doing right now. The rest of the country needs to catch up because, guys, 64% of the country now wants to legalize marijuana. So we all understand now, if you can drink alcohol, which is worse for you, and it's legal, and it should be, then why shouldn't you be able to smoke weed if it's, you know, and make your own decision and not have to be locked up in a fucking cage and lose your freedom? It really now is getting to the point where it's filed under the duh category, not just, you know, from guys like me and other pundits and stuff, but in the mainstream now. So it's great to see this happening. Hopefully the Democrats lead on this issue more than they have. Chuck Schumer just came out for legal weed, which is great. But now they need to run campaigns on it and need to be open about it and aggressive in pushing for it because it's the right position, and history will judge kindly if you step out early on this issue and lead.